I'm sharing a different death record every day for 30 days, and today we begin our 4th week with a last will and testament. Welcome to day 22. Thanks for joining. This is another death record that could potentially be lengthy, which is great when that happens because you can get a list of family members and friends that includes their relation to one another along with what these people stand to inherit from the distribution of the deceased's property. Whether it be cash, livestock, land, family heirlooms, or any other possession of the deceased, a last will and testament can give you a rare snapshot of an ancestor's life, possessions, and even personality. The last will and testament that I'm sharing today is for Hetty Maston, dated January 17th of 1917. Hetty had 4 directives, the first being that all of her debts and funeral expenses be paid as soon as possible following her death. Second, she gives her daughter Eliza the undivided 1/2 of her house and lot on Monroe Street in Rochester, Pennsylvania, where Hetty was living when she had this will drawn up. We also learned that Hetty played the piano and had a collection of books, which she gave the undivided half of to Eliza as well, along with the furniture. This third directive is where it gets even more interesting. Hetty gives the other undivided half of her possessions to another of her daughters, Mrs. Emma Gordon, for the rest of Emma's natural life, provided that she continue to live separate and apart from her husband, Robert W. Gordon. Hetty then specifies that should Emma ever return to live with her husband or allow him to come live with her, this would be revoked and everything would go to Eliza and her heirs only. Finally, Eliza is named the sole executor of her will for number 4. It's pretty clear that Hetty did not approve of her daughter Emma's marriage. And what's more, Eliza and Emma were not Hetty's only 2 children. In fact, Hetty had 8 children, at least 5 of whom were still alive when Hetty wrote this will in 1902. So we're left to wonder why she chose to leave the others out and only include Eliza and Emma. Sometimes the will might have the date of death recorded, but in this case, we see that Hetty signed this on September 13th, 1902, and since it was brought to the courts January 17th of 1917, we have a window of when she died instead of an exact date. But that can be better than nothing and something to go off of. Plus, there are plenty of other clues to run with here, like the fact that we see at the bottom, the will was submitted to probate. Don't be deceived by how easy it is to read this will, by the way, because they aren't all so neat and tidy in a typed format. Some of them might be pages of this instead, but they are still worth the effort. And in some cases, you won't find information on family members like this anywhere else. So don't forget to check for a last will and testament as you seek out these different death records for your ancestors. Tomorrow we tackle another death record. I'll see you then.